You've been studying English for years, comfortably watch Netflix in the original and read articles without translation? Great. But you know what the paradox is? For any foreign university, international employer, or visa officer, all of this means absolutely nothing. Until you have an official document with the right number, legally, your English level is completely unconfirmed. Your personal confidence in your abilities or self assessment doesn't work here. Serious organizations only believe standardized tests. Today, we will break down what the TOEFL exam is, who it actually opens door to another life for, why people pay significant money for it, and who absolutely does not need this test. Many people think that language exams just test your knowledge of grammar or vocabulary. This is a big misconception. TOEFL, or Test of English as a Foreign Language, is a test of your ability to survive and work effectively in an English-speaking environment. The exam has been around since 1964. It is developed by the American organization ETS, and today the results of this test are accepted by more than 11,000 universities and companies in 150 countries worldwide. But its main difference from other tests is that it was originally tailored to the American academic standard. What does this mean in practice? The exam doesn't just ask you to open brackets in a grammar exercise. The test puts you in conditions as close as possible to the real life of an international student and professional. You will have to comprehend short dialects on the fly, quickly write competent email responses, and answer an interview's question right off the bat, fitting exactly into 45 seconds. It seems simple enough, right? But it is exactly this intensive and adaptive format that allows admissions committees to understand you don't just know how to order frappuccino at Starbucks. You are capable of reacting quickly, absorbing complex knowledge, and communicating on the professional level. TOEFL confirms that you are ready to function in an English-speaking academic environment. The largest and most obvious audience for this exam is students applying for foreign universities. If your goal is to study in the US, Canada, Germany, the Netherlands, or dozens of other countries, taking a language test will be a mandatory step for you. Historically, TOEFL completely dominates in North America. Practically all Ivy League universities like MIT, Stanford, top Canadian universities like Toronto, they all accept this exam. Moreover, many of them treat it as the preferred option. In this situation, the rules of the game are extremely strict. You might have a brilliant portfolio, outstanding letters of recommendation, and the highest GPA, but if the university requires a minimum of 5 on the new TOEFL scale and you bring a 4, they won't even open your application. The automated system will filter it out at the very first stage. Without the required score, your achievements simply won't be considered. Therefore, for applicants, this exam is literally an admission ticket without which further steps make no sense. The second major category is established professionals looking for work in international companies or planning professional relocation. In academia, medicine, IT, and consulting, communication is critically important. Employers use TOEFL results as an objective filter. They need guarantees that you can understand instructions, communicate with clients, and won't cause problems due to a language barrier. In the US and Canada, you simply won't get many professional license without passing a language test. For example, if you are a foreign doctor and want to confirm your diploma in the United States, a TOEFL certificate will be on the list of mandatory requirements of relevant certification boards. For this audience, the certificate is not just a formality, it is a document that directly confirms your competitiveness in the global market and gives you access to positions that you simply wouldn't be allowed into without it. The third group consists of people applying for a residence permit or planning to move through immigration programs. Countries like Canada, Australia, and New Zealand use point-based systems to evaluate candidates for permanent residency, and language scores play one of the key roles there. TOEFL is accepted in a number of immigration programs as official proof of your language competence. Listen, let's be honest. The stakes are as high as they get here. It's about changing your country, your safety, and the future of your family. In this context, TOEFL acts not as an educational test, but as a powerful tool capable of pulling your application to the top of the candidate list. Furthermore, the exam is often taken by those who are already studying abroad. For example, when transferring from one program to another, when applying to graduate school, or when applying for grants and scholarships. Why voluntarily go through the stress and pay a considerable amount of money to register for the exam? First of all, as I already mentioned, it is the only way to officially translate your English into an understandable number. The score removes the language question from the agenda and the committee moves on to evaluating you as a professional. Secondly, it opens up access to the best education in the world. Most people understand that their goal is not the test itself. Behind the score lies access to world-class professors, cutting-edge research labs, a powerful network, and internship at top companies. For a person from any country, a high TOEFL score is literally a ticket to another reality. Thirdly, it's an investment with a fantastic return. Registration for the test costs around $200 or $250, but the opportunities it opens up are incomparably larger. Imagine you get into an American master's program and receive funding that fully covers your tuition and campus life. You invest $200 and it pays off in tens of thousands. And finally, it's a confirmation to yourself. Many people study the language for years but constantly postpone moving or applying due to imposter syndrome. Taking the TOEFL becomes a powerful turning point. You see those scores on the screen and understand the point of no return has been passed. It's time to take the next step. The main competitor to TOEFL is the British IELTS exam. Many of you have the option to choose between them, but why should you opt for the American test? It is completely computer based. You sit with headphones on, look at a monitor, and type on a keyboard. No handwritten essays and no live examiners sitting across from you who might intimidate you with a strict look. It is tailored towards America. If your goal is US universities, this option is often preferable. It has a clear and understandable scale. In the new 2026 version, the exam is graded on a scale of 1 to 6. Universities publish specific requirements, and you know exactly what results you need to show to pass the threshold. Now let's take off the rose-colored glasses. Who absolutely shouldn't take this exam? You don't need it if you just want to brush up on your English without a specific goal. Complete miss. There are hundreds of other formats for general development. TOEFL is a pragmatic tool with a clear purpose. Its value is determined solely by where you plan to go with it. And it is not needed by those applying to programs that exclusively accept IELTS. Always check the official requirements for a specific university or employer before you start preparing. Don't waste your time and money. The target audience for TOEFL are people who have made a firm decision to change the trajectory of their lives. You know what you want: to study abroad, work in an international corporation, get a medical license in the US, or relocate your family. And you understand that the certificate is simply a necessary key to the right door. For you, the exam is not an end in itself, but a tool. Start preparing in advance, understand the logic of the tasks, and don't rely solely on your general level of English. And if you are not sure where to start, sign up for our free introductory diagnostic session. During this session, we will answer all your questions, evaluate your current level of English, and honestly tell you if you even need the TOEFL exam for your goals. The link to sign up is in the description of this video. Try new strategies in practice, subscribe to the channel, and leave a like if this was helpful. And see you in the class!